beginning?
Yes, it looks like we are live. A new beginning. Did you catch our words, people? Hi, so excited to welcome you today to the Heartfelt Conversation. Hi, Despina.
Hi, Iskra.
So we're starting something again. We are restarting the Heartfelt Conversations. Despina, why is it Heartfelt Conversations?
Well, you and I work from the heart. You are very heart. You taught me how to connect with my heart. You have a magnificent heart connection meditation. So, for that.
Yes, we were connected from the heart for quite some time with Despina, and we decided to resume this because we are usually having a lot of fun when we're having these conversations, and we also want to have a lot of fun with our audience. So we are offering this to you from our heart to yours, and we would love to receive your comments, to receive your feedback, to receive your suggestions for topics. We have some ideas about topics, but we want to be co-creating with you because both of us, me and Despina, were also co-creators. And let's start with a little introduction. I want to introduce Despina, who is beyond being a very dear friend. We started as clients several years ago, and our relationship grew up in such a beautiful way. She's also an amazing soul map mentor that I'm consulting with her about my business and about myself. She's an energy healer and uses powerful tools such as the emotion code and the access bars and so many other things. She's a community builder. She's an amazing community facilitator, so many things. But beyond that, she's my beloved partner in creating adventures and journeys online, having conversations. And when we start talking, we get so excited and it's not easy to stop. So Despina, welcome to be my partner in adventure, partner in the journey. I used to this formula partner in crime, but we're not doing anything close to crime. So partner in adventure, the power of words. Let's take it like that.
Thank you, Iskra. And I'm very happy to be here. I'm very grateful our paths crossed and we are together again, co-creating this again because it was a really fun memory. And for those of you who don't know Iskra is a mentor and a coach for change makers, and she's really bringing change to the lives of people. She's also a healer and a guide and a therapist with so many modalities, and she has used me tremendously on the beginning of my spiritual journey. And she helps heart-led individuals rebuild themselves as creators of their life. And you're doing this very well, I must say.
Thank you, Despina. So why we're starting today? Because today is such an amazing day. Today is the 1st of July. It is also the first day of the week, the first day of the month, the first day of the second half of the year, and I believe the better half of this particular year. So what did we choose to offer as the very first topic, Despina, today?
Well, the topic is new beginnings and freedom. And if I must speak, let's say, from the soul map perspective, the first energy is the energy of the magician and the miracle worker. So we're here to create miracles and to share all those miracles with you.
Yes, amazing. Yeah, we are the creators of the miracles, and I'm really taking this to heart. I want to invite all of you, our audience, to connect with this power of the magician, of the miracle worker, even if you think that you are not talented, even if you think that you are not creative, even if you think that there are other people doing something better than you. This power that is within you, it's something that you are first born with. Second, you might have had it as a dormant potential, but there are ways and there are situations and there are circumstances that can support it to grow and to start something new. And also for some, this power might have been expressed in the past, and under some hard circumstances, it might have been stopped or oppressed or blocked, but there is always a way to awaken it and to give birth to something new. New beginnings, whether they happen spontaneously, whether we initiate them by placing our focus and choosing to develop something intentionally, or choosing to take a path forward intentionally, or allowing ourselves to be in a flow and observing, being present for where the life will take us, who are the people that will appear in our lives in a magical way and will support us in ways that we don't expect.
Yeah, true, very true. And in a way, change is the only thing that is certain. You cannot avoid it. And it's good to have new beginnings. It's always good. And I know people, again, speaking from the soul map perspective, people who have the energy 13, who are born, let's say, on the 13th of the month, or the energy is somewhere else in their map, like you have it as well, and I have it as well, I know. It's very easy to start something new. Very easy. But going with the flow for everyone, like whether you have this energy or not, going with the flow and trusting, I think trust is the biggest thing. And knowing that the universe will take you to wherever you need to be at the right time, at the right moment. And from there, you can always find new people, new opportunities. It's always like, I had a introspection the other day, and I was looking back in my life, and I told a friend I would never change a thing in my life right now. Like,
Yeah. So trust, this is a huge concept, and it can be really scary, because when someone decides or chooses to trust someone, there is always the element of possible deception or abuse of this trust. But I think what you mentioned, the trust in the universe, is a very powerful thing, and it's not easy. Like anything that is related to trust is not easy. It takes either very deep connection with the intuition, which on its own is a trust, or it takes practicing and healing and choosing supportive environments, choosing people, so that trust can be cultivated. But I want also to talk about the trust in ourselves, because for some people this might be the hardest thing to allow. And talking about new beginnings, maybe you can choose to start to make a new beginning in learning to trust yourself. And how do you trust yourself is first to become more aware of who you are, more aware of the processes, to learn to observe yourself, to be present for yourself without judging yourself too harsh, maybe listening to the inner critics, but not let them control you. To learn to accept, to learn to have the awareness, to learn to accept, and gradually start building this trust, trusting your choices, trusting your needs, trusting your opinions, when you are aware of your values, when you're aware of your fundamental principles, when you're aware that you have a mission, or maybe not even awareness, a sense of something, that there is something bigger in your life than what you see. And I see people saying hello and connecting with us. For some reason, we cannot see the name. So maybe when you say hello, tell us where are you connecting from and your name. And I think it might help if you allow one stream to use your data so that we can see both your name and your profile. But we're really grateful, both of us, to have you here live. And let us know, what is a new beginning that you would want to embrace in your life? What is a new beginning that you want to start for the second half of the year? Despina, what are you starting? Is there something new that you're starting now, besides this podcast that we're starting today on the 1st of July?
Well, I have started a soul map channel on Telegram, and I can put the link maybe afterwards for people to join, where I have co-created this space with my friend Christiana, and we will be bringing lives about the soul map energies And Christiana will also be bringing the Russian runes healing modality, which is very powerful. This is one thing. Another thing is what we are doing here. I have some other projects. I don't want to mention them, but still, it's like in the brewing process.
Yes.
Just to get back to the trust conversation, for me, it's the fear that is stopping us all the time. Like, I try to simplify a lot of things because I have too analytical a mind, and it's only the fear. Like, if you look at something and you say, even the inner critics and everything, it's the fear telling us that. It's always that.
Yeah, it's always the fear.
If it's real, if the fear is real, if you want to embrace it and move on, if you want to keep the fear and do it, it's okay. Everything is okay, because the right time will come for you. Like, I had tried in the past to create communities, to be more visible, to make videos on Instagram. Okay, I did my best. Now it's better for me. Like, I feel it more aligned. Back then it was fear-based, but also trying to make something. Now it's more purpose-based. I don't care about the fear so much. I hear it and I say, okay, I will do it anyway, in a way, more aligned, in an aligned way.
Yeah, I think this is very important now that you brought it up. Fears, there are many different fears. There are fears that are based in the past, and usually they feed the fear for the future. There are fears that are still trapped in our bodies. There are fears about our existential survival. There are fears about other people. Sometimes we are strongly rooted in acting from fear, as you said. We could change that to acting from purpose or acting from vision. It is right to feel the fears. It is right to acknowledge the fears, and it is right to use tools to heal whatever needs healing in the right time with the right support, and not because someone else is saying it, but because the time, as you said, is right. Because when we push too much, I usually don't like to use this, this principle in general, push yourself out of your comfort zone. I don't know whether you remember, Despina, we have had in the past this conversation in one of the modules of my Show Up Incubator mastermind about having uncomfortable, hard conversations when we push to have them just for the sake of resolving and we don't prepare. I'm just giving this as an example. When pushing to get out of our comfort zone, it could be really harmful if we're not prepared, if we have not evaluated the situation and the circumstances, if we have not prepared ourselves energetically and mentally, and if we don't know what is happening in the other part, in the other side. So talking about fear, the fear of new beginnings. The new beginning may bring us something that is familiar and scary if it in its shape resembles what we have already experienced. The fear of something stepping into another environment where we don't know the people, when we don't know the processes, when we don't know how this community or society or work environment functions. Like, fear can be a great teacher. Fear can help us prepare, but fears also could be something that is really seriously stopping us. And then when we acknowledge that we have the understanding about the possibility, but there is this energy of fear that is stopping us, that is blocking us, then this is the moment that calls for some action to search, to seek, to find the appropriate help, because not every type of help is appropriate. Fear, also, the fear of launching a practice as a healer, as a therapist, or as a coach, or as a teacher, as someone who is out there present on video. You said that there were moments when you were pushing, I was pushing to be visible, to do things. They helped me, these moments, these actions, but not all moments, not all circumstances are right for the new beginnings.
Yeah, very true. And it is also important to, to add something to this conversation, to have safe spaces like your communities, for example. And I have seen other communities where people can express themselves and they can kind of, quote unquote, get out of their comfort zone without being judged, because the judgment is what is keeping us from being visible. Oh, they're going to judge my style, they're going to judge this, they're going to judge that. So creating a safe space for people to express themselves, then it's kind of giving them the confidence and the trust, to get back to that conversation, in themselves, that they can actually do it. And they can maybe make a short video, a few seconds on Instagram or on Facebook, wherever they want. And it's really able to have and find communities that support that, like yours, for example.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for saying that. So my community, Show Up community, which is not on social media, but it's on another safer platform without distractions, without ads. It's really a great place, and we will share the links below so you can explore and check whether it is the right place for you. Usually, not usually, all the people who join, they're change makers, they're people who have gifts to share with others, who have knowledge, who can hold space for transformation, whether in business or in life. Why it is important to be in these communities? Because we mirror each other. Because sometimes we are afraid to share something, and another person for whom this comes out easily, they say something, we recognize ourselves in what they say, and we say, oh my goodness, it wasn't that hard. Or they're thinking exactly the same. So I'm not the freak, I'm not the only one, and I'm not the worst one. The power of community has been the most transformational element in my personal growth journey. I remember in 2017, when I was working already for several years, maybe 7 or 8 years, I was on the journey of deep personal transformation. I was working with spiritual teachers. I was setting intentions for the next year, and I had several things in mind, like personal stuff, relationships, houses, career, etc. But when I did this very deep meditation and I connected with myself, actually the very first thing that came up was find your soul tribe, find your tribe of soul brothers and sisters. And this is what I did. It was actually at the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018. I enrolled in some courses of Mind Valley, then the whole thing with the tribe ambassadorship started, the connection, and I think this is how we also, me and you, connected somewhere in this place, belonging to several tribes.
Yeah, exactly. And for new beginnings, it's good to have a support system, to find the people that will cheer you up your way, in a way, or wherever you want to go, and also remove some of the big judges. Okay, we know we don't have the best hairstyle, according to some. And a very interesting tool I want to share is the very interesting point of view. Wherever I use it, like whenever someone judges you, you can say, that's a very interesting point of view, and immediately it removes the trigger from inside of you. Okay, he has his own point of view, I have my own point of view. But the support system, the soul family, in a way, is paramount. I don't know why my camera went.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
I don't. Oh, there I am.
You're here. I see.
Maybe I was saying something very different.
And we shook the energies of the internet and something happened, right? This is what usually happens.
Really
yes.
Important.
This type of support, the community, because the community is of several or many individuals who are all unique, who all have their different points of view. Such a valid topic, Despina. Amazing tool. And in the same place, with the same texture, let's say, with the same people united around the same goal or direction, we can still have people who agree with us or disagree. And it doesn't make them nor us wrong. It simply is a matter of a different perspective, of a different point of view. I absolutely love it. And if you're watching us now, please share with us whether you agree with us. Do you agree that to one statement there could be different expressions, there could be different points of view, different perspective, and you can share with us some stories that are supportive to this statement, or maybe exactly the opposite. Like when we talk about points of views, imagine the generational differences. And this is a whole, whole topic of its own, and it could be a whole series of conversations. But just that, what is the point of view of your ancestors? What is the point of view of your children or grandchildren? Like we are living in so different times, and standards are changing, different frameworks are changing, but I think the main thing that we can stick to is the system of values that we can develop. For me, it wasn't until I started working as a coach. I even started working as a coach, and then working with one of my coaches, I realized the importance of the system of values, and I call it our inner guiding compass. Before we get to see the map of these fundamental principles that are defining our choices, that are guiding us, and we do it unconsciously. Everyone has their core values, but we're just not aware. We don't have the vocabulary to express it. And when we work to design this inner compass, then having these new beginnings, having the confidence to make the next step, it's so easy because you know that you're stepping on something foundational. And then when you are stepping on a firm ground, even if it is just a block over the moving sands, then you can take the momentum and make the next step.
Yeah, true. The values are very important for us to realize. We all work and operate, let's say, with our values in life, but we don't know. And it's good to have the awareness as to where we place our values. So if it's in family, let's say, someone might say, okay, I want my business I will move my business more slowly because I will spend less time with my family, and it's okay. And if someone else is growth, he will say, okay, just for this time, I will spend less time with my family because I want to grow my business. So you have the awareness, and you don't have necessarily, let's say, the guilt or the shame or the some negative vibrational emotions that might come up as you move on, because you're moving on the right path. It's very important to have this clear image of what your values are.
Yes, it's about the values. It's about the general awareness of the self. And there are many systems that you can use. I remember when I started working with the sacred money archetypes and I started having these workshops, the light bulbs that went off for the participants. I remember one of the participants saying how much new insights she received from this particular workshop that was not about her, but about her relationship with someone she loved. And the understanding and the compassion and the empathy about the other person, and not blaming them that they're not the same as us. Like self-awareness is so fundamental and so important in general, but especially when we come to the point to starting something new or leaving behind the old life and stepping into something unknown. The territory might be unknown, but when we have the clarity, the self-awareness, then we have this power to be moving step after step after step in this unknown territory. Because imagine if you don't know who you are, the whole world there is, you have no idea about it. You don't know about the processes. You're yet to discover something. And I'm talking here about people who are in a period of transition or about to change something big in their lives. developing the self-awareness on first place is a major factor.
Yeah, self-awareness brings more trust to yourself.
Yes, coming back to trust, absolutely.
You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. And the most important thing, because maybe all this work, for me at least, is about being authentic. Not, okay, I can adopt, let's say, a certain technique or something, but I will make it mine. And the more I hide behind someone else's, let's say, way of doing things, I'm not going to feel comfortable. So by knowing those things can make more authentic. And when you're more authentic, you move forward more easily.
Yes, and here again, I will bring the point of the community. The community is your playground to learn to be authentic, to start practicing to be authentic. And why is it hard? Because it might be for some people decades. For decades, they have practiced not being authentic because it wasn't safe in the family, or it wasn't safe at school or in the work environment. So learning to practice being authentic is a huge thing. It's a major thing. It's a major achievement. And the easiest for it to happen is the safe space in a community, or community could be of 2 or 3 people to start with. For people who have been hiding their whole life, they might have been doing that because of habit, because of trauma, because of the fears of change, and starting becoming authentic among people who are supportive, who are receiving, accepting you the way you are. This is the guaranteed way for you to move forward. That's why there is so much power in all these anonymous groups, all the type of healing that needs to happen for some particular situations. And you don't need to suffer from anything major like that. But having a community around you of people who understand you or simply listen to you, create space for you just to be seen, to be heard as who you are, this is what encourages the authenticity.
Yes,
I think we covered so many. Yeah. We covered so many of our topics now.
Maybe I'm streaming like, because talking over you. I don't know if my connection is bad.
Okay, I don't know, but I think that we're saying important things, and we're all, both of us, we're passionate about them, and that's why we're talking together. Okay, I think it's time to finish for today, to create space for some new beginnings. So tell us in the comments below, what are the new beginnings that you're preparing yourself for? Are you preparing to move to another country? Are you preparing to make a journey somewhere? Maybe you're getting ready to get married, or maybe to get a divorce, or maybe to change your work. What are you preparing for? And if you feel that you need any kind of support, we're here for you. We can share the support in the comments below. We can share them privately. You can come to the community. You can join Despina's Telegram group. There is so much information and so much available resources, but it's different when you get the personal attention by someone, and especially the support of a community. So much love from our hearts to yours. Despina, your last words for today?
Just be you and do you, and don't be afraid to start new. It rhymed.
Absolutely, I love it, Despina. I remember when we were creating haikus. Do you remember that? Maybe we have to start again. We had so much fun doing that. So thank you. We will see you soon. This was the first episode from the podcast Heartfelt Conversations with Iskra and Despina. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao for now. Happy new beginnings. Bye.
Bye.